Hi, this is Sarah with the Alertus training team, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to send a custom activation from the Alertus console. So when you log into the Alertus console, it will take you to the home page that should look something like this. But if you want to access the custom activation page, all you have to do is come to the left side over here and select custom activation. So, like the name entails, a custom activation is a way for us to send a very customizable alert so that we can activate our Alertus system with the exact settings that we want. So we have a lot of control over the alert settings directly from this page. So the first step in sending a custom activation is composing our message text. So you could either type a custom message here, or you can pull from a message template you already have saved on your console. And if you don't want to scroll through all of your message templates, you can also search for the one you want by using this typing feature up here. So for our purposes, I'm going to select a system test. If you want to further edit the message, you can do that by continuing to type in the box here. You also have the option to insert a variable that will be automatically replaced with the value when it is sent. So for example, if you want to include the name of who sent the alert or the date or time that it was sent, you can do that here. Why don't I pick the sent date and time? So this will automatically populate with the date and time when we send this alert. We can also have the option to set our duration. So you could pick any number of minutes, hours, or days for this alert to be active in the system, unless it is canceled before then. You can also schedule the alert to become active later if you click the Now link next to Starting Now. You can use this calendar to select any future date or time that you want the alert to be sent out. You could also have it repeat by weeks, hours, months, years, whatever you need. You could also have it repeat every certain day of the week. So you have a lot of options here. This would be really helpful, say, if you wanted to schedule a system test for the middle of the night when no one's in the office, or you want an alert test to repeat every Sunday or the first Sunday of the month. You can set all of that up here. So once we have our message text, we can also come down here to specify our delivery methods. So you can click the drop down here to individually add alert services. So alert services are essentially the types of devices that we are targeting and how they will behave. So let's say we want to send this to our alert beacons, to our desktops with the default settings, and our mobile. I can select those alert services here. If you don't want to select your alert services individually, you could also configure alert profiles, which are essentially just groups of alert services. So if I select this system test profile, it will automatically include these alert services. That just saves me from having to select them individually, but either way works. We can also further customize these alert services if you click the plus sign next to the name. This is really helpful, especially for things like alert beacons that have a lot of additional settings. So we can set our short-term and long-term settings. So let's say we want the short-term duration to be 30 seconds with the max volume with this LED medley. And then maybe for the rest of the time, for our long-term settings, we want it to go down to the low volume so people are able to approach the beacon to either acknowledge it or see the alert. And maybe we want to change the LED medley to be this blink. We can do all of that here. This is also where you can select any peripheral settings. So if you have an LED marquee or text-to-speech device connected to your beacon, you can choose those here. You could also choose if you want the LED color to be green instead of the default red. So there's a lot of options here with your alert beacons. Same for desktop, you can select what desktop profile you want. And this is just how your desktop display will look. So let's keep it with the default for our purposes. But once we have all of that set up, we can come down here to choose our recipients. So we can send it to all units, or we could select a specific unit. For example, I could select just my computer, or we could select groups. So I'm going to pick my test group that I have configured to just include my devices for this test. We can also, if we would like, click this checkbox to save this custom activation as a new preset alert so that we keep it saved in the system so that we can access it and activate it again quickly in the future without having to go through all of these settings again. But I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. We can confirm that all of these settings look good. This does show me the devices that I'm targeting in total and also how many of those are online. You'll also notice the variable that we inserted here for the current date and time has already auto-populated as we are sending this alert for me on July 19th at about 10:36 a.m. But if everything looks good, we're going to hit send. And then we should very quickly see this alert popping up on our desktop. And there it is. So here's our alert message. I can acknowledge the alert to close it from my personal desktop, but I can see that it is still active in the system because this active alerts window is still red. So to fully cancel this alert, I would click on the active alerts window and click cancel and confirm. So now we have canceled that alert. So that is how you send a custom activation. Again, custom activations are great because they are so customizable. So you really have a ton of control over the alert directly from this page. So it is really great for sending things like system tests or other notifications that you really want to control who it's going to and what devices you're targeting. So hopefully this was helpful. Thank you for your time, and hopefully you will continue to check out some more of our videos on the Alertus training page.